This is your daily market recap for Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. Hopefully you are having a great day. Market is just closing, and yeah, as we expected, a choppy day today after a nice up day. Probably going to be another up day in my opinion. Either Wednesday or Thursday, potentially Friday. Again, as we talked about, there would be a counter move up to the 20-day moving average potentially. Again, we'll talk about the evidence, the why, what it's looking like, and just repeating patterns and tendencies. Again, the market is a probability game to take the most amount of money for the most amount of people. If you are not familiar with how all this works, again, check out the Discord room. The link is in the description below. If you want to follow on Twitter, posting all of our insights and trades there as well. If you'd like to follow on YouTube, that's where you're hearing this video potentially. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do live chats as well. I check out the educational trading videos. It's also on my website, thetradingagent.com. Back to basics series, beginner videos at the top, and more advanced as you go lower. Again, a lot of tools for everybody. And again, if you are newer to trading, you need help, I'm here to help. Check out the Calendly link, maybe get a 30-minute little chat with me. We can do that, go over some things. Again, I'm always here to help. I appreciate all the love, support, and the generous donations. Again, I don't ask for anything, but when the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you feel like the education is saving you time, energy, money, I understand. My trading tuition was well over 7 figures, and most of those were losses over time, up and down, to learn. Again, you will put it all together in time, hopefully with the teachings here. Again, it's about mastery. It's not about getting lucky. All right, FedWatch tool. Here we go. Where we at as of today? Again, the housing data was a little, I was going to say, probably not going to change much. Bitcoin, not going to say much here. I think it's kind of stuck here, probably around the 25,000. Oil, as we talked about, dead cat bounce off of support, nailed it. Now it needs to hold the 79 area. Could we fail? Natural gas, not even sure why we talk about it. It is literally dead money, in my opinion, going nowhere for at least the near term. The dollar, little pop over to new highs. Interesting. I am curious to see if we continue to rally. I think the Feds are going to be a little more dovish at the next meeting. I don't know if they want to be hawkish, but I could be wrong. Is this a breakout or a fake out? Look at the volume. It's pretty pathetic. TLT, all right. Jay Solsa, some of the fam saying, hey, yesterday, a great buying opportunity. Again, we talk about gaps at extremes, filling gaps. I'm not surprised if we did rally here. Again, is it going to be a V bottom? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this feels very trappish down here, but the proof is in the pudding in time. The VIX, as we talked about, hitting the 200-day, backing off. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit the 15, maybe, I don't know, maybe the 50-day. It was kind of resistance along the way. Now, is it support? Keep an eye on it. VIVX, we keep an eye on this just to watch it. Seems to be, no, couldn't take off. So just be thoughtful. SPY, because again, we talked about it's going to be choppy today. Talked about green day Friday, green day yesterday. Now you back off, but it's still higher highs and higher lows. I still think we could hit the 20-day, maybe the 445 area, filling, I'm not going to say this gap, but this blue box, in my opinion, is very possible. People say, why the 20-day? Well, again, it's typical. First dip, rallies back to the 20-day, right? Off the highs. Here you go. Rallies back to the 20-day, right? Here you go. Rallies back to the 20-day. You see this reoccurring pattern, right? 20-day, then down, okay? And then when it's under it, well, I guess the 50-day. This was in a bull market, but you're seeing what I'm talking about. Like the 20-day is usually the first check back. And now that it's turning down, that's what helps confirm it. So could it be 2 or 3 days? That is always possible. Just be aware. Be completely aware. It could be choppy. Maybe it's Labor Day. Who knows? Q. What do we got here? Same kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit back to the 370 area, right? Do you have that on your bingo card, because that's what I'd be looking at, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? 370, 50 day, 20 day. I mean, if we hit it, we're definitely going to back off, in my opinion, the first time we hit it. So bearish, but counter trend rally. IWM, again, lagging. This helps us with this lagging phenomenon. Again, I don't think the IWM is going to all of a sudden go gangbusters and go nuts. That's why I think this is more of a dead cat bounce. I was talking to somebody today who asked about what should I do with all my stocks. Yeah, you should have been probably taking profits. IWM or DIA, multi-day range, chopping. I wouldn't be surprised if it rallies back. I don't know. I mean, is it tomorrow, next week? Your guess as good as mine. Gold, oversold going into the Jackson Hole meeting. Again, I just have no desire to play in the gold field. Silver, nice little gap up, hits the 20-day. Just looks really sloppy and choppy. I mean, I don't trust it at all. I mean, I think there's just better places to hide out. We talk about the miners leading. The miners still look really crappy, guys, gals. Now, I know we're at some support. Could we bounce maybe up to 29? But is that really what you want to do? GDXJ, close at the high of the day. Congratulations, right? Maybe 20-day, maybe a little trap down. Either way, I mean, I think these things have, and I said this in the previous videos, I think there's some counter pops coming, but how big? Do you want to play in the AG that goes nowhere? You want to play in the A? I don't know. These all seem very stuck. PAAS, Newmont is really at lows. This thing really should hold. Maybe this might be the better play. I mean, if you want 2 or 3 points, pass. I would just literally pass on it. Pass on the grass. All these names. Again, I just think there's better trades. Taiwan Semi. Let's get into Tecker. We talked about this, right? Like it's due to bounce off the 200-day. Probably that 20-day, 100-day cross 95 area. I'd watch for a bounce there. Micron, what a piece of crap. Again, all these gap fills, it's just chopping back. AMD get a lot of flack for saying this was toast up here, and now it's down here. Said we would probably hold here. It's 50-day, maybe a little trap over. I don't know. I mean, all these names could pop because I think NVIDIA's earnings are going to blow it out. But today's candle's interesting. Open high, close low. I still think you can go higher and trap a little bit, but we'll see. It might be profit taking before their earnings. Intel holding the 100-day. Again, all these names were due to bounce. SMH, not surprised it's chopping around, right? Look what it hit, 152, hit the 20, 50-day. I still think it can get to 155 if NVIDIA's earnings play out like we think. Either way, I mean, be careful. If you're hedged, good. If you're partially unhedged, that's fine too. Adobe, pop and flop. Again, a lot of these names look similar, but this is what's interesting. So look at Apple, right? Up $1 and change today. Green again. I mean, oversold. I mean, if Apple's rising, is the market really going to absolutely unload? Probably not. I mean, I could see this getting to 180 plus. Amazon going to, held the 50-day chopping. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets stuck at some old resistance up here due to bounce, right? All these names. CRM, chopping, due to bounce. Ski, right? Did. Why is that? Come on. Okay. I mean, little trap below it, chopping around. I don't know. Guggenheim, if you short it up here, patience. I don't think it's going anywhere. I've talked about the leaders lagging and the laggards catching up. Meta, chopping around, popped, oversold. Same thing. Mr. Softy, chopping. Yeah, I mean, all these names, little oversold, little bouncing. NDAQ, holding up. Want to see. I mean, again, let me know when this thing gets back up into the mid-50s. MicroStrategy again, if Bitcoin's chopping around. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Holding the 100-day. I mean, if Bitcoin bounces, I think you can get a hold here. Netflix, chopping around. I mean, do you see the point here? Is like a lot of the stuff is oversold. It looks like it's going to rally. And it might be some days certain stocks better than others. Right? Some days better than others. Roblox bought a little bit of this today in like the 26.90. I mean, I think this thing has been absolutely crushed. I mean, does it need to get back to? I mean, it's filling this gap here. Not the gap. Sorry. Low, close, high. I mean, I guess there's not really a gap. Where's that? Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's old. I mean, we're technically at support, and I know CEO's been selling some, but this thing has been absolutely destroyed. And that's where, to me, it feels very logical that it would have a rally here. Then trash should float up last. Especially, speaking of trash, Tesla, right? It held our trend line. Said probably watching the 240s. Again, I don't think today's the high. And we'll see some probably retests later. Just keep an eye on it. It's getting to commodities. X holding up, talking about getting bought out. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they probably will. Nucor, chop, 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 chop. Caterpillar, again, love to see it bounce to short more. I just don't. Again, talk about leaders lagging. This is one of them. It's into the gap. I mean, I don't think it's going to fail, but it could be. VALE. Someone's asking about this one. Professional gap up. I mean, I think it's chopping. I mean, there's probably a trade. I mean, we'll see. If the dollar peaks a little bit, yeah, commodities could rally. The whole market could pop a little bit. Arrow held the 100-day, chopping below it and then coming back. I mean, none of these things look terrible. CCJ closed at the high of the day again. We talked about the novice gap. Be aware of left-right combo. Big green, novice gap, big green, and doji. Watch for the red candle tomorrow. If it's red, it's probably going to get smoked at some point. CF, chop, broke the trend line. Again, we like ag names in the future, but we do not like them now. We talked about them. Let them come on down. Mosaic, come on down. NTR, come on down. Got nothing but love for you guys at lower prices. Have no desire to get into them now. Alcoa, another global growth name showing no growth. Ugh, ugly. XLF made some lower lows today. Interesting, right? We'll see how it plays out. Do we need to hit this trend line? I don't know. I mean, I'd be watching these levels. Again, I think financials have a bounce in them, but they're not that strong. I mean, if you shorted the highs, you're feeling pretty good. JP Morgan talked about those long wicks. Man, Morgan Stanley is just dumper. Doo-doo dumper. However, I mean, just be very cognizant of where we're at, right? Like, do you think we're going to just smash right through this after coming down in a straight line? We could, but odds are probably not. Goldman, we talked about coming into this trend line. You're there. KRE, another one we talked about, 49.50 area, taking a spill. All right, well, we went below the 50-day. You're coming into the next support zone here in the 43s. We'll see if it holds. XBI, another name of risk on, hasn't been acting that well. But again, trash floating up. It looks like it's oversold rally, right? TAN, this is where solar gets real interesting, right? It should hold down here. Major support in the 55 area, but if it doesn't, adios, ENPH, a lot of these names, just dead money. I mean, any decent bounces are shorts. Cedriton, this thing is, 1, 2, 3 gap. I mean, so many gap downs. I mean, this thing is probably getting tired. First Solar, we talked about this being trash. Again, I would be a little concerned because I know the game on this thing. It likes to probe new highs or new lows and then rally back. I don't trust First Solar heading lower near term if the market does rally a little bit. HYG holding. Again, we talked about oil taking the little siesta or rise and then fail. There you go. UNG, just leave it alone. Don't even want to look at it. XOP, again, we said watch the 150 area. All right, now you got to break today's low. The multi-day range. Remember, multi-day ranges are important. You break below them, they show short-term momentum is going in that direction. ExxonMobil, going nowhere fast. PX Diz, chopping at the highs. Man, this could be a rolling top. Keep an eye on it. Occidental, Buffett probably sold more calls this week on the VIX pop. I don't think this is going anywhere fast. EQT, interesting pounce, right? We talked about potential. You had a novice gap there. Then you had another novice gap trap. I mean, that filling the gap, I would keep an eye on that because that thing could get punished too. And let's end it with Flex LNG and a little ramp. So far, I mean, this thing just, let this come down. I like the dividend yield long term. I think it's a good buy because we will be a natural gas exporter. I think the idea of going green completely is pretty funny, but we'll see. I mean, again, you do what you think is best. I would wait. A lot of people ask me, what should I buy and hold on to? I'm like, I just don't think I want to buy and hold on to anything, obviously. Going into what? Bear market, crappiness, market, sell-off, whatever. All right, I'm going to be on a podcast, which is kind of funny. haven't really done one of these, but got an invitation from, was it Echo Fire TV? They want to do a financial podcast and they invited me on. I thought, why say no? I don't mind sharing information with anybody. So why wouldn't I share with these guys? They asked. It seemed like good people trying to help out the average person and just in general, anybody with finance. Not that I am the guru Cardone or Robert Kiyosaki, but I've read all the books. I'm familiar with this stuff, and I think I can help people out and give them real world examples, tangible thoughts and ideas as you're moving up, because some of these folks that are teaching this stuff are promoting it like it's easy. And again, starting from the bottom, now you're here or where you're at. All opportunities are not the same, but there's different struggles along the way. So maybe I can talk about some of that in the trading stuff and finance and real estate. So I appreciate everybody, all the love, support. Again, the generous donations, really appreciate that. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I will talk to you guys and gals later.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.